Orry Diana Sim, Group Head of Cards, Consumer Banking of Ecobank. The topic is Women-Led Businesses and Technology Innovation Options, the Digital Way in Consumer Banking.
Interesting conversations we've had. I mean, some of the, examples that have been provided and some of the works that have been put in across Uganda and across the continent are very interesting. Just to point out, like the story of Yasin, really touched home for me. And remembering my time as a youth, I would still want to consider that when I was just transitioning from secondary to university, about the 2 years that we wait at home before we go to university. By encouragement of my mother, I then engaged in the sale of firewood and charcoal in my local village area. And I really excelled. It's surprising. It's a common business, basic and practical, as was said earlier on. Very basic and practical. It's a need. We were not the only sellers then, but we still made money and we still made profit. And that's part of the money that actually went towards paying for my university school fees when I finally joined. So I just want to encourage the youth as I get into the presentation around technology in supporting businesses that are being run by women as well as by youth today. I want us to remember the key messages that we've been given, basic and practical business ideas, and using the very little capital that you can get at that point in time. So I'll be getting into my presentation right now. Just to get in, so some of the key points to look at in the digital business platforms, and there are many today. We have many vendors. Some I've even seen on this call in the chat section, talking about the type of technology they have that can assist both young people and women in all the different sectors, whether it is agribusiness, whether it is, technical kind of skills. Any form of business you want to do today, there'll be a technology platform for it. So some of the things that I just want to point out to anyone who is running an SME business out there today is to ensure you confirm the relevance and the authenticity of the technology platform to your business. So don't just pick because you've seen it on social media or because you've seen other people say that it worked for them, especially accounting tools or tax management rules or stock taking and value chain kind of technology platforms. Ensure that that technology is relevant to your own type of business, so that you don't go into a lot of cost of putting up technology platforms that are very good in their own nature, but are not relevant to your business at that point in time. It's also key that you need to review the security details of the platform. You will note today that most of the apps that you'll be downloading on your smart mobile phone or your devices or even on your laptops, they would ask for different types of access, like access to your contacts, access to your gallery, access to your, different types of access in your phone. You need to understand the access that is being requested by the platform and do a review of these technology platforms before you actually download them. When we talk about reviews, if you go on Google or if you go on Play Store or App Store and you check the different apps that you are trying to interact with or the ones that the vendors are asking you to purchase, at that point, you'll be able to see the reviews that people have indicated, and it will guide you as to whether that app is for you or that app, does not make business sense for you at that point in time, okay? The next thing when choosing a technology platform is you need to understand what kind of support you are going to get. And this I say with a little bit of example in our markets today. So look at some of the technology platforms that sell, let's say, Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in our markets today. And most of our youth are taking their money and investing in this kind of business. Some make money, some lose money. But the point then comes in, you need to understand the support that you will get when you have a question, when you ask a question. Is that technology platform available for you to get a response? Or, once you start asking questions, you're then deleted from groups, or there's no further communication, or your questions are not being answered. These are some of the critical things as a business person and engaging with technology. You need to understand who the vendor is or who the partner of technology is, and what kind of support are they putting out for you when you need it. Okay. As far as in business, we do, our main role in business is actually the sales of goods and services, and in return we receive payments. And if you've listened to all the conversations that have been provided prior to my own, there's an element of a transaction happening. So if you're doing business of any form and nature, you will be receiving payments. And in the recent past, especially around East Africa, let me just say across the sub-Saharan Africa, we've gotten many payments platforms that are being introduced to vendors, whether it is mobile money, whether it is POS, whether it is a quick response, which is a QR that you are scanning that you are providing your customers to scan for you to receive payments. And we have different vendors that are coming together, with different solutions to provide to you as business people, to tell you that this is going to work. Banks and fintechs are included. What you need to ascertain is that the payment platform that you are accepting should be accessible to the consumers or to the people who are actually buying from you. Okay, so that if you are selling tomatoes in the market, for example, and you then go and get a very sophisticated kind of payment platform, let's say let's say cryptocurrency or bitcoins for purchase of tomatoes. Not many people who come to buy your tomatoes on a day-to-day basis would have access to actually making that kind of payment. But if you are into other sophisticated businesses, like selling softwares or selling, high-end merchandise, then maybe bitcoins and cryptocurrencies would work for you as a form of payment. When you're working the different levels of our business, we need to totally understand who are the people buying from us, who are the people making payments to us. And we use the relevant technology to ensure that we are collecting whatever payments or whatever, whatever transaction value that we are collecting from them is coming to us in the correct way and in the easiest way of our buyer. If we don't do this, the buyer will just go to another vendor. It's as simple as that. So we need to put this neat and make it easy for the buyer to transact with us. We also need to build an ecosystem, a network, So for example, let me pick the case of mobile money in our markets. If you don't accept mobile money and your next door person is accepting mobile money, for example, the people who are coming to the market, especially right now in this COVID situation, might not want to touch cash, or might not, for the fear of getting the disease through, contamination of notes and coins, and might be finding it easier to pay by mobile money or by, scanning on the QR, or by paying by cards in some institutions. You need to be prepared for that. And so by building an ecosystem, if you as a merchant have set up a certain form of payment, you need to then socialize this form of payment platform to your buyers, and encourage them, show them the benefits of them using it, provide discounts where it is possible, and it actually gives you more sense in the ecosystem, because you then have a closed ecosystem of customers who know how to transact with you, and they will actually working on getting to transact with you. You provide good services, you provide good products, and you've given them multiple ways to transact with you. They will ensure that they keep on coming to you as customers. And for you running an SME business or any form of business today, using technology to accept payments is actually a more secure way for you right now. We've had stories of people being muggings. Our youth, you do your business, you carry your small cash in your pocket, you get onto a boda rider. While you're going home, you are mugged, the money is lost. Okay, you are a mother, you're doing tailoring business, somebody comes and pays you for the cloth. The moment the person walks away in the evening when you're closing your shop, you have robbers who are looking to take the money away from you. But if you have this money in a digital way, if you have these payments made to you in a digital way, they would be going into a secure area or into a secure way that any person who's trying to steal from you would have to go through a lot of trouble to get it. Unlike money that is in physical format that they can drop down and somebody can pick. We've also heard of cases where women do business, or youth, you do your business, you go back home with your money that you've worked for in your pocket, and where there is domestic violence, the other partner in your life takes the money that you have worked for. There's nothing you can do about it because it's physical cash, it's gone. If you're a youth, you've come back home, people don't have food, there's issues in the house, and you're forced to take the money and use it, for home use. But if you had the money in a digital way, you would need to go through the process of accessing it, and you would not have the impulse to actually use your money, on short notice or on instances that does not make business sense for you. Next slide, please. Okay, if you can just, sorry, the previous one, if you can just make this bigger, please. So on this slide, I just want to show you, as a lot has been spoken. My former colleague David, took us through the opening of Elevate and how we can go about it. I now want to speak, to the many different people on this platform today, probably who do not have a bank account for one reason or another, have never been able to open a bank account. As part of Ecobank Consumer, we've set up a digital account that you can open via your mobile phone or via USSD on a Kaviriti phone or a Katochi phone, the most basic kind of phone that you have, you are able to open an account on it digitally, instantly, and it's an account that operates for you. With this type of account, you are able to save from your daily earnings. You can use it as a savings account or as a daily, as a current account. You are able to track your payments, any payments that you have received, any payments that you have made out, or any expenses that you've paid out, let's say for your stock, for your workers, when you've paid for your license in the market or at the city council. You are able to track all these transactions so that you are able to know whether your business is actually breaking even or not, And then you can also use this account to make your day-to-day bill payments directly from your account. And I'll show you the type of channels that we've set up on this account. You're able to pay for your water in Uganda. In other markets, we have many different services, tax, bill payments like power, water, depending on which market you're from. But in Uganda, you can access the platform and you'll see that you have utilities that you can pay. You have government payments that you can make out of that. You can purchase airtime. You don't need to carry cash and carry it to, to a shop to purchase airtime. You can actually purchase it straight from your phone. On the account that is on your phone. You can also do mobile money transactions. Like in Uganda, you can do it to Airtel and MTN. That is moving money from your bank account to your wallet, making the ecosystem of payments, a much more easy to use kind of setup for you. And then you can access, this account, you can access it anywhere, any time of the day. You're not restricted by the branches closed, like right now during COVID season. The branches are operating in limited time frame. But in this case, you're not restricted by that because, you have your bank with you everywhere you're going. And with this account, you can actually generate your own QR. And out of that QR, you can receive payments from any Visa or MasterCard enabled customer out there. You know, they must not be Ecobank customers. They can be from any other bank. But if they've been enabled by their bank to do QR transactions, and in some instances, even mobile monies are now, you know, companies, we are working together to see how they can enable their customers to do this. So you can generate your own QR as a merchant, and I'll explain to you how you can, you know, relate to this, and you can receive your payments via QR. But the most important and the last point before I move to the next slide is around building a credit, you know, a credit profile for yourself. Some of the comments I've been seeing coming through is during this COVID season, you know, business has gone down, you have loans that you're looking to pay, you don't have enough capital, you know, you spend your money on drugs and food and everything because business is closed. But the reason why most of us do not get money from banks or from financial institutions is because when the bank tries to review your business and your credit profile, they have no evidence of what kind of earnings you receive. So they know, yes, you're a tomato seller. They know your capital is up to this much. They know on a daily basis, you know, by market trends, you're saying that you earn X amount of money. But there is no evidence showing that. But the moment you start putting your money through an account, then you have digital records that show what has come in and what has gone out. Getting a loan doesn't mean how much money you have in the account. It just needs to show how much comes in and how much goes out. And that is the history we actually use to determine how much of a loan and how much, you know, credit worthy you can be for you to be given something that can elevate your business, something that can help you increase your business, whether during this COVID period, whether it's a new business, an existing business, whether you're trying to come back up. So it's something that you need to note. The faster we can start to digitize the transactions that happen in our business, the faster it's easier for you to have a conversation and receive funds for you, you know, to grow your business. Next slide, please. The other way, I'm not all about telling you how, you know, to manage your money. I also want to tell you how you can actually make money from Ecobank. So one of the other things that we've worked on in consumer is to help you as any business person out there to help set you up as an Ecobank agent. So our agents, we call them Express Point agents. So to help set you up as an Ecobank Express Point agent, and out of this, you get to earn anytime you distribute any of our Ecobank products, anytime, you know, you help us onboard a customer or you help us service our customer, you actually get to earn. And it's not, you don't need to start a different business. You already have a shop. You're already running a day-to-day shop. In whatever location you are in, you just need to add the Ecobank Express Point agent to your current business. All you need is a smartphone of any caliber, you know. All you need is a smartphone. We give you an app on it. You are able to then become our agent. And any value, let's say, for example, and this is a cash management tool for you as well. You know, the money that you keep on getting on a day-to-day basis, if you're servicing Ecobank customers who are coming to your agent location to withdraw cash, so you give them what you have collected in the shop, making it a secure environment for you. Meanwhile, you are receiving float directly into your bank account. So you are giving out the cash that can become insecure for you in the shop, and you are actually having transaction going into your bank account and building a credit history for you. You understand? To help you get a loan. And from your bank account, you can do transfers to, you know, to your vendors, to your suppliers. You can do transfers for purchase of goods locally, as well as of purchase of goods internationally, whether within the region, East Africa, or you're purchasing things from China, Dubai, anywhere across Africa. You'll be able to, you know, to send money directly from your account on the phone and do all the transactions that you need to. So not just telling you that you need to put your money in the bank, I'm also telling you how you can actually make money from Ecobank today by becoming an Ecobank Express Point agent. I'm sure, you know, if you need to know how to, you can put your details and comments in the chat section. myself and my colleagues from Uganda will reach out to you and give you more details on how to go about that. Next slide, please. I also just want to touch on how cards can support the business payments. You note that my topic is around technology and technology use in the business space. And previously, some of the middle-sized businesses, you have to buy softwares. You have to pay for, let's say, if you're in an office setting, something like Netflix, Microsoft, you have to pay for office telephone bills and the likes. How have you been making these payments on a day-to-day basis? So today I want to show you how you can actually generate a card, and some of the videos that will be running during the session, you will see that from your mobile phone, you are actually able to generate a Visa card. You can get a physical one from any of our branches, or you can generate a virtual one on your phone. And with this card, you are able to transact anywhere in the world with any merchant, whether you are purchasing for software, whether you are purchasing for advertising rights on sites like Facebook. Some of you who run businesses here know that when you want to advertise your business on Facebook, you can pay for advertising rights. So you can use your card to do this. You don't need to lose money through brokers or other people who will tell you, bring the money, let me pay for you. I have an account, let me do this for you. No, you can actually do this yourself. If you're a travel agent who books for people hotel, right now the manager from Sheraton, just explained that during this COVID period, if you want to go there and relax yourself, exercise, bring yourself back to speed, or order food from them. I know Sheraton do accept Visa and MasterCard transactions. You can actually generate a card, order for their food, or book for a hotel. If you're a travel agent, if you're an aspiring person that is looking to provide services in Uganda today that will serve many different people, you can actually generate your card for this kind of payments. And the beauty of this virtual card or our prepaid card or our debit card, you can actually, for example, the prepaid card and the virtual card, you can load it with the exact amount that you want to use for any specific service. So you don't have the risk of, your money getting lost, or, somebody hacking and taking anything. We've secured our cards completely. We provide you with, additional security every time you do a transaction. So it is the most preferred way for you to book for your flights, for you to book for your hotels, for you to pay for goods and services anywhere internationally. Because if those goods and services are not delivered to you, you have a right of chargeback. But if you do it by SWIFT or by cash money, or by sending somebody with huge amounts of cash from Uganda to China to Dubai to Turkey, if that money gets lost, it's lost. But if you do it, if you put it on a card and you transact via card, you will not only have a record of the transactions you've done, you also have the security of your money in place. And for all the youth that are on this call and are listening to me, all those things that you engage in on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Instagram, you've seen all those pages there. You want to purchase things, you want to engage in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, depending on what is allowed by your regulation in Uganda. So next slide just talks about mobile app again. So this is one of the channels I was speaking about, mobile app and USSD. I will not dwell so much into that, but just to point out that we also have access via social media, WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, through our assistant called Rafiki. You can also go there, open an account, and be able to generate this QR to facilitate for you to get payments for your goods and services. Please, last slide, please. Okay, so this one I just wanted to touch. This has nothing to do with Ecobank, but just to encourage all the women and youth who are on this conference today that are running businesses, across our listener spectrum. Anytime you can actually use social media, not just, like for us, the youth, we use social media just for photos and posting for the gram and, you know, putting out statuses and the likes, but you can actually use your social media and other influencer social medias to actually grow your business. You can create awareness for your business, take nice photos, post them, give some details about it, educate your customers, encourage your customers to give you feedback about your goods. If you are into selling fish, as we were told, take nice photos of your fish, fresh and deep fried and the likes. If you are into the business of making dresses, take photos of your dresses and post them. Ask for feedback. Let people interact with you on social media. Once you've created awareness and enough education on your product, you now get into utilizations and payments. You're now enticing your customers to actually utilize your products. You're encouraging them to take it up. And once they take it up, you're telling them exactly how to make payments. Remember, these are people that you've reached out on social media. So you need to give them digital ways for them to make payments as well. And then after that, you then get to asking for referrals, asking them, you know, to encourage you. And you'll see, you know, like taking testimonies and posting and agreeing with your customers if you can post their testimonies or post them in your attire, like the dresses you've made, the shoes you've sold them, the hair that you've made for them, the makeup that you've made for them, the produce that you're bringing out from your agribusiness. All this, you can actually use social media. So I just wanted to close my remarks by saying technology can be used for good. Let's not only look at the bad side of technology. I'm encouraging everyone to actively start understanding how they can use technology in making their businesses grow, and also in understanding how that technology can be used by their consumers or by the buyers who are purchasing their goods and services. Thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions or any points of clarification, put them in the chat section. I'll be following up and I'll be able to respond to those.